This is the HRSG Forum with Bob Anderson, a podcast series where we highlight topics to be introduced and discussed at the March 2018 annual conference in Houston, Texas. Each episode covers topics important to power plant design, operations, and maintenance. Now, here's your host, Bob Anderson.
Welcome to the HRSG Forum podcast series. This session, we're talking with Bryan Craig, an engineer with HRST. Bryan, for as long as I've been involved with HRSGs, I've always assumed that it was very rare to experience overheating damage in pressure parts in HRSGs that don't have a duct burner. I understand this may no longer be the case.
Well, let me clarify. Actual damage or failures, at this point, most of the failures we're seeing are related to duct-fired operation, but there are a number of HRSGs that have superheaters and reheaters that are exceeding their design metal temperatures, even without duct firing in the first module upstream of the duct burner, they may be using up their fatigue life a little faster than expected, their creep life.
Yeah, are those units you think subject to some specific design error or lack of conservatism in setting the creep originally, or is it more common?
There is some of that, and there's a range of things that might be considered design error. Lack of conservatism is a big one, and it does seem to vary from manufacturer to manufacturer. Where as a third party, we get involved in analyzing HRSGs that are made by pretty much all the manufacturers. Then there are some things like steam flow distribution. This could also be considered a design error if some designs are well configured to get the same steam flow or close to the same steam flow through all the tubes in a given superheater or reheater, and others may have a significant variation in steam flow across the width of the HRSG due to the configuration of the headers and the tube diameters and stuff like that. Effects of exhaust gas bypass and gas baffle failures in downstream tube bundles. You'll see, like, say you have a baffle failure in module 1, then in module 2, the tubes that are directly downstream of the area where the baffle failed in module 1 are going to see higher temperatures than they otherwise would.
Yep. One
of the big things, actually, that's not exactly related to the HRSG design is the gas turbine upgrades. Some of the gas turbine OEMs are selling these upgrades that are increasing the exhaust gas temperature going into the HRSG. So they're operating in conditions that they weren't even originally designed for.
Are you seeing this evidence of overheating through material damage and failures, or are you seeing that in operating data, or both?
It's both. As I mentioned earlier, the failures that we've seen, the actual material damage and pressure part failures, have all or virtually all been in units with duct burners. The duct burner issues are going to be a significant part of what I plan to talk about, but we are also, through analysis that we're very confident in and operating data as well, finding a number of units that are exceeding their design metal temps. Now, irrespective of duct burners or in locations where there are no duct burners. Those ones haven't failed yet, but as I said, they're exceeding their design temperatures and using up their life probably a lot faster than expected.
Well, thank you, Bryan. I look forward to hearing the full presentation and more at the conference.
Thanks, Bob.
Thanks a lot.
Join us March 5th through the 7th in Houston. HRSG Forum with Bob Anderson is a production of HRSG Forum, LLC. Unauthorized use of this podcast is prohibited without express written permission. For more information, visit hrsgforum.com or contact Alan Morris at 516-869-0220.